So I went down there. Usually there'd be like one or two students at the beginning. But then, as soon as all the school buses came, they'd all file in. Um, I'd help them with homework at the beginning, so like reading or math or something like that. Usually it was reading. A lot of the kids would pick up books at the beginning. And then depending on the day, there'd be somebody who came in. Like I think on Mondays, a violin teacher came in, and so they took turns playing violin. That was always nice to hear. Um, I think another day there was a science teacher that came in, so they do experiments, and that was always cool to see because kids are naturally curious. So watching them do these science experiments was really cute. Um, yeah, I think that was a typical day.
Okay.
So when half the kids did the violin, I would still be helping the other half of the kids. Occasionally, I could assist a little bit with the science, but I am not a violinist, so I can't really couldn't really help with that. Yeah, but I'd be helping them usually. Sometimes I would read to them, and sometimes I would, let them read to me because I think both are good skills to have. Um, yeah, usually with the younger kids, I would read to them more, but if they were older, then they could usually just read either by themselves or to me. Yeah, so all the kids there were really smart. I don't think anybody was, dumb by any metric. It was just a lot of them needed a little kickstart because they weren't as motivated as other kids. A lot of them didn't have the resources that other kids have. So I think they just really needed a push in the right direction to achieve success.
Great, great. That's good to hear. So that brings up the need for more volunteers. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
So it seems like it would be a one-on-one or one-on-two proposition. They're really individual, right?
Yeah, I think especially with reading, it's hard to do, especially read to, I guess you could read to multiple people, but if a kid is reading to you, it's hard to have even two kids read to you. Um, so I think one-on-one is definitely much more helpful. So math was, again, it really dependent on their age, but a lot of times, again, they just weren't as, I guess, motivated to finish their math. They're all really smart. So what I would do is if they didn't understand the premise or the concept, I would try explaining to them and then maybe using an example or something and then let them solve their way through their actual homework. But usually in the afternoon, once all the homework was done or once they had worked a lot on their homework, we would play a game or something. I remember we played Guess Who a lot. That was always fun. There were a lot of different games there, and that was always fun to take a break from work.
So good, good, good. Can you tell us, do you remember um, individual kid or an individual incident that really stands out for you? Something that you had a big impact on a kid, or a kid really made an impression on you, or some little story you could tell?
Um, let's see. I remember when I was there at the beginning, this girl named Deyanira, she she's really smart. She's a really smart kid, but she wasn't doing too well in her classes. And when I was there, I think I helped her. I motivated her to finish her work, and I remember she got really good grades for a while there, and I was really proud of that.
You know, it's funny because we interviewed Daya. I call her Daya, and she talks about the fact that if there was no hoops and homework, she would go home sometimes after school and cry because she was so frustrated. She was having trouble, and with hoops and homework, it made a huge difference, including Zach Taggart. Did this experience, did that have a lasting effect on Zach Taggart? Did it make a difference?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Growing up, I didn't really help anybody. Sure, if somebody had a question in the class, I could maybe try helping them, but I wasn't like a tutor or anything. So, having these concepts, I guess especially math, came a little bit more easily to me. So having the ability to explain these concepts was really fulfilling. Um, and it gave me new viewpoints. I learned how other people's brains work, and most of the times the way people think about problems, maybe like with math problems, is different from other people. So learning how their brains worked and how I could explain the problem to them in a way that would work with how their brains work was really fulfilling.
That's nice.
But I would say that some of them were definitely, I guess, less privileged than others, maybe in the way that they didn't get as much help as like other kids. And so the program was a really great way to give them help that they needed.
Hi, my name is Phil. I'm going to sing a little song for you by the great John McCutcheon. It's a favorite of mine. I hope you enjoy it. Remember, I am not a professional. I'm here for the same reason that many of you are, to celebrate this wonderful event, and because we were persuaded to by Herb. Okay, let's give this a shot. When I was just a little kid not so long ago, I had to learn a lot of things. I didn't even know how to dress myself and tie my shoe, how to jump rope, how to smile for a picture without looking like a dope. But of all the things I learned, my favorite of all was a little poem hanging on my kindergarten wall. Of all you learn here, remember this the best: don't hurt each other and clean up your mess. So take a nap every day, wash before you eat, hold hands, stick together, look before you cross the street. Remember the seed in that little paper cup, for some roots goes down and the plant grows up. Well, it was first, second, third grade, fourth grade too. I had to learn the things that big kids do: how to add, subtract, and multiply, to read, write, and play, how to sit at a little uncomfortable desk for nearly half the day. But of all the things they taught me, of all the great and small, my favorite's still that poem on my kindergarten wall. Of all you learn, remember this the best: don't hurt each other and clean up your mess. So take a nap every day, wash before you eat, hold hands, stick together, look before you cross the street. Remember the seed in that little paper cup, for some roots go down and the plant grows up. Now, lately I've been worried as I look around and see an awful lot of grown-ups acting foolish as can be. I know that there's a lot to learn we haven't mastered yet, till it seems the real important stuff that grown-ups soon forget. I know we'd all be better off if we could just recall that little poem hanging on the kindergarten wall. Of all you learn here, remember this the best: don't hurt each other and clean up your mess. So take a nap every day, wash before you eat, hold hands, stick together, look before you cross the street. Remember the seed in the little paper cup, for the roots go down and the plant grows up. Once again, congratulations, Hoops and Homework, on your new initiatives and your ribbon cutting ceremony today. We wish you all great fortunes. We're so appreciative of your accomplishments in the years past and look forward to the accomplishments to the years ahead. Congratulations to you kids. More than anything, we look forward to your accomplishments in the years ahead. And, just don't become a banjo player.